Hi everybody, happy April Fool's Day. This morning I played a joke on Jen and put a bunch of brown cardstock shaped E's in a pan. I told her there were brownies in a pan. She was not impressed. She really wanted real brownies, so I may end up making brownies after this. The card I want to make today is called a bend open pocket card, which is like this. It opens and then it holds like a gift card. And so I want to show you how to do that. But first, there are a couple of things I want to share with you. Hey Steve, can you hand me those printouts? So, a couple of things. I am using today this paper and I'm giving you a sneak peek of this paper. This is the scrapbooking special for May, so we've got a couple of months, but it is called Blue Skies, and it is going to be really a big special. There's going to be a lot of options, workshops, a cut above kit where, you know, it's kind of like a kit where the scrapbook pages kind of just come together, just pop outs and adhere together. So it's going to be really special, and the colors are really fun and bold and bright. And so I wanted to share that with you. So don't tell. Shh. The colors are like these. There's candy apple, green apple, canary, sapphire, lagoon, and there's a pink in there that's kind of like pixie pink. And so I wanted to also talk to you a little bit about the cardstock special this month, because it is really a great special. And my printer did not print very well. So, sorry about that. It kind of printed dual side, which made it hard to see. But basically, the Cardstock Carnival is a cardstock special all through April, and you can get cardstock bundles for $12.95, regularly $18.95, and you get like 6 of each color, I think. And then there's a mega special where you get all of the bundles for $124.95. Anybody who does this mega bundle, I will add my own $25 order to that, and you will get hostess rewards of an additional $25 of your choice, and I will pay for your stamp of the month also. So it's a great deal, and the April stamp of the month is super cute. Everybody wants it. It's the little fish set. If you start watching online, you are going to see a lot of artwork by consultants using that little fish set because it's adorable. Okay. So those 2 specials I really wanted to show you. The other thing I wanted to show you is this stamp set. This is the Birthday Hugs and Kisses. It's an A-size stamp set, so it's relatively inexpensive, but it has a lot of little stamps with it. So you can see it has the Hugs and Kisses main stamp in the center, and then it has the little Yahoo and some lips and birthday candle, stars, hearts, and this little curly Q that goes with it. That's a lot for an A-size stamp set, and so I wanted to show it today. And so if you notice on this card that I stamped the main image here, and then when you open it, I went ahead and stamped the other little parts in here. I really liked this Let the Good Times Roll thing, and that, again, that is from that fun set with the little van. I don't know if you can see it very well, but it has, I used that, and I used the little flower. This stamp set would be really fun to make this card also. Okay, so you're building up your repertoire here. You're building up a bunch of different cards that you can make. So I made a template. Again, I want you to make a template, keep it in an envelope or something, and then you can just pull out the envelope for whenever you want to make this card. One thing you will notice when I do cards, instead of always making them, most standard cards are 4.5 or 4.25 by 5.5. And one thing I do sometimes is I'll only make them 4 inches, and that way I can get three cards out of one 12 by 12 card stock. And that's just one thing I do because I'm a consultant and it's easier to make bulk cards. I do a lot of cards. So if you want to make this more of a standard 4.25 size, you sure can. But this one is an 11 by 4 base. And you'll notice if you fold it in half, that just gives you your standard kind of, it would give you your card size, right? And then you're going to do one more score at the 8 3/4 inch mark. And this one will fold in like this. So it kind of, it folds in half to make your card, and then it folds here like that. Okay? So that's how you get your basic card base. The other pieces you need are decorative. So you need, what I did was I cut a 5 inch by 3 3/4 inch piece, and then I split it 3 by 2, see, so it's 3 by 3 3/4 and 2 by 2 3/4. And what you'll notice, this will make up your card front, and so the pattern will go together. You'll see the pattern will match. On these florals, it's just not as big of a deal, but when you if you wanted to use something that has a little more pattern, like there was a consultant who did something like this using Seize the Day, and it looked weird if the crab leg didn't line up or whatever. So just think about that when you're cutting your piece. You need an interior piece, something light. This is where you're going to write your message. This is this part right here. And so you want something that you'll be able to write on. Now, I just stamped all over mine, but if I had been thinking more, I would have probably put my message to the left just a little bit. But anyway, there's that. And then you need one more 2 by 3 3/4 inch piece. So basically you have 2 of those. Okay, that'll decorate your pocket. The very last thing that you need is just any large shape. You can use anything. You can use a giant sticker that you put on cardstock. You could use a big stamped image. You'll notice what I did was I like to use stuff I already have. So I used my thin cuts and I cut out, a big circle out of white. And then I cut the little frame. These are the shaker windows, and I just used those to make a little framed image. So here's all my pieces. And now I'm just going to put the card together for you so you can see how it works. Let me get the base pieces out of the way here. Okay. So first, let's go ahead and stamp our main image. Whenever you have a new stamp, they tend to they need a little seasoning so that they stamp nicely. And so what I recommend is that you rub them with your hand, put them on your arm like this. It really does help to do that. Even just stamping them on several times on a piece of scrap paper really helps. You can make this any color you want. So you can make it blue, you can make it turquoise, you could make it whatever you did. See, in this one I did the lagoon color. Now I'm doing it in sapphire so you can see when you look at the stamp, if you see tiny little bubbles on it, it may not stamp well and it may need seasoned some more. I would recommend stamping it on scratch paper. Okay, so we're gonna stamp this down. We have our main image. I just wanted to show you that so that you could see how to season a stamp. The other thing that we need to do to the main image, if you notice on our main card, it has to bend and flip. So the adhesive only goes on half of the image. So what I would do is draw a line on the back or put a little tick mark of where the center is and then only put it on one side. Now I still have a bunch of this adhesive left over from my shaker cards and I'm always looking to use that up. So just for now, I'm going to peel all those off. And have it ready to roll. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside just for a minute just so I don't get adhesive everywhere. Let's get our base card together. So we have our score line, so we're going to fold it in half. And then we have that other little score that we're going to fold in. All right, like that. Okay, so there's our base. So now we just need to decorate. I have this piece. The back of this is kind of fun. It's like almost like a stained glass look. You could have put that on the front too, whichever you like. I just try to eyeball it so that it's approximately 1/8 of an inch all the way around. And then same way with this side, approximately 1/8 of an inch all the way around. And you can see the front is basically done. So now when we open it up, we need to put in our message. Now when you do the message, you don't want to center it. You want it to be approximately 1/8 of an inch at the top, the side, and the bottom. But this side will have, because it's a little wider through here, you're gonna want to only put the 1/8 of an inch top, side, and bottom and just sort of eyeball that. It may be a little wider through there because you don't really want the message to show. All right, so ta-da. Now the other thing that you want to do is make a pocket out of here, and this will hold your gift card. And so I have a hole punch here, and we're gonna, first let's put our decorative part on so you can kind of see how that goes. And then you use your hole punch to make like a little, you need a notch so that you can get a hold of the card. And so it's nice to have a little thumb notch in there, ready to go. You can see that my gift card's pretty snug. That's why it might be better to do 4 1/4. But anyway, this is a 4-inch card. So you want a very narrow, whatever you use as your adhesive on the side of this pocket needs to be really thin. I have a tendency to use liquid glue for stuff like this, but you could use like that real thin line tape. You could use You could use this, but just very sparingly. All right, so there's my pocket. Ta-da! So the only piece that I really have left is the main image. And I already have the adhesive tabs pulled off and it is ready. And so I'm going to put it approximately halfway on. So the adhesive goes onto this side so that it bends and opens. Now the last part, a little decorative area here, I just like the idea of putting a little something. You could use anything, like if you had a little cupcake stamp or a little cake stamp or whatever you wanted to do here, you could do anything. But one thing that I really like is the zip strips. I find that the little strips that come, you know, on the edge of the paper that we cut off, like these little stripy strips that we trim, those are great for decorating stuff like this. So I'm going to put it like that, put it down, and there's that card. Now I could bling it up, you know how I like to do bling, so I might put some rhinestones on here or some shimmer pen or maybe some gems or, you know, just something to jazz it up a little because I like that. Like the gift card wouldn't be enough, right? But basically, that is a bend open pocket card. Cool, right? There are a lot of these sort of cards on the internet, and so I really recommend that you go online to see more. I have a lot that were made by other consultants. I just feel kind of guilty putting them on without asking everybody's permission first. So if you want to see them, you could personal message me and I'll send you some links or send you some pictures of the ones consultants have made. Thanks everybody. I hope you have a great 1st of July.